Great. Hi, all. I'm Jordan Ledbetter, and today I'm going to share with you just a few secrets to mastering the art of following up. To start us out, why don't I give a brief example of what following up looks like to me? Hey, Denise, it's Jordan over at CBS. I was just calling for Rich. She's putting me through to his voicemail. Hey, Rich, it's Jordan over at CBS. I just wanted to follow up to my conversation with Brad last week. He had asked I reach out to you with regards to setting up a meeting for office technology. I just wanted to know if this Thursday at 3 or Friday at 1 would be better for you. Looking forward to hearing back. And if for some reason we don't connect, I'll simply check back with you next Monday at 10 a.m. Again, it's Jordan from CBS, 303-917-1206. Great. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye. Before we delve into the details of this voicemail, I wanted to take just a brief moment to introduce myself and my own experience with following up. Now, before I began a new career in corporate sales, I had no clue of what it meant to properly follow up with another person. Early on in this position, my sales numbers were lackluster. And what was the main issue? Was it that my product was no good? No, other reps seemed to have no issue selling this product. Was it that my pricing wasn't competitive? No, oftentimes I'd lose bids where I was the lowest price. The chief issue I was having was to actually get folks to call me back, to actually take me seriously as a potential vendor and prove to them that I was in it for the long haul and I was worth their time. What is following up? We need to define what it means to follow up and along the way, dispel some myths and misconceptions. Now, if you haven't yet had the opportunity to work in a typical 9-to-5 office job, you might be unaware at just how busy and overworked the average employee is. There are a constant barrage of incoming emails, meetings are seemingly nonstop, and meanwhile, the employee's workload grows larger and larger. Now, you, as the outside party, represent a potential source of additional work and frustration. But by carefully following up, we can demonstrate to this person that we only intend to reduce the stress they see, to lighten their workload, and to make their day-to-day life easier. We can show them that we will not waste their time, and instead, we will respect every bit of attention and time they give us. Now, following up is not relentless hounding and harassment until someone finally gives you the time of day. The tired stereotype of a door salesman who just won't take no for an answer is not an accurate representation of what it means to follow up in this modern day and age. Following up is, and you'll hear me use this phrase a lot in my daily life, pleasant persistence, showing the other party that through many pleasant interactions that you are someone they want to do business with, or have an interview with, or simply pick up the phone and call back. Now, fun story, when Cody came to speak at my community college, the Bell program was barely a blip on my radar. And it was only because he found my email on an interest list and then began displaying interest in my joining of the program that I even began to consider joining you all. His contacts were simple at first, but as he learned more about what I wanted to do, his consistent personalized emails and phone calls demonstrated to me that this program was at least worth a second glance. Now, you know who wasn't calling me or sending me personalized emails or generally not giving me the impression that I wasn't merely cattle to them? University of Colorado at Boulder. Following up, if done properly, will show others you care about them, that you desire something more with them, and that their response will provide meaningful value to both parties. Nearly every arrangement in our personal and business lives requires two-party consent. I can't simply sell my products to a customer because I want to. they must agree to buy them. Following up and the interactions generated are critical requirements for discussion and negotiations to take place. Without these appointments, how do we ever expect to be able to give and receive value from the other party? In the last 3 months, I've personally used these skills to rent a home abroad, select a half dozen contractors for renovations, select a real estate agent, and communicate with my new company. The possibilities and applications are endless. Now, step 1. For your message to have the greatest impact, it should be delivered to the person most able to assist you with your goal. Your message should be targeted. Looking to apply for a position? Sure, a hiring manager would be the obvious choice. However, perhaps a team manager overseeing the department you desire would be even better. Or perhaps do your best to find someone you know within the company and then contact all three. You should choose how your message arrives carefully. Now, your first contact will most likely be unannounced or unexpected, so your method of reaching out is very open-ended. When in doubt, I highly recommend the 1-2 punch of a phone call and then following up with an email immediately after hanging up. However, if possible, I would always recommend your first contact to be in person. Face-to-face contact is always preferable, but I understand that it's not always feasible, especially given the current state of things. Now let's review our goal for this appointment this follow-up and all subsequent follow-ups. Our goal is to get the appointment. Now, perhaps that appointment is to schedule an interview, learn more about job openings, pitch a product, or to simply network. But your chief goal for all follow-ups is to get in front of them. Every single word in your email or your voicemail or stop by message needs to support and further this goal. Now that we understand our goal, we can craft a message to achieve this. Now, if you take nothing else away from our 9 minutes and 20 seconds together, please steal this next slide. This master template can be reworked and modified to fit just about any form of following up in just about any industry for just about any purpose you can imagine. And just like you, it is flexible and hardworking. Let's get started. Now, we start by clearly introducing ourselves. Through repeated contacts, we're hoping to build top-of-mind awareness. Giving our name and company is crucial to implanting ourselves in the forefront of their thoughts. Why you're calling. Most often, this should be to arrange a meeting with a clear explanation of how the meeting would benefit them. It helps to provide 2 possible times for such a meeting. Next, and this is where you really set yourself apart, setting expectations for a follow-up and sticking to it. It's no secret that unannounced phone calls with a vague purpose can be incredibly frustrating. Instead, by clearly communicating to the other party of our intention to follow up at a specific time, we've shown that we respect their schedule and their time. There is no doubt that we need to carefully control our image at this important stage. We need to build trust, and there is no better way to quickly do that than to do what you say. If you had said, I will personally follow up with you next Thursday at 8:15 a.m., you will make it your life's mission to follow up with them precisely next Thursday at 8:15 a.m. Failure to meet this obligation is essentially telling the other party that you are unreliable and not worthy of their time. By following up exactly when you said, you demonstrate that you are reliable and can be counted upon. Following up can be a big difference maker for many folks and is a great first step in enhancing our interpersonal communication skills. There is so much more to following up than I can discuss in 10 minutes. Please get with me later if you'd like to go into more detail. Thank you for your time today.